Hey guys, Mars Thinking here, bringing you a Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video, and so here we are, only a few hours away from the live stream that will fully reveal all the details of the GDC headliner units. This video is going up at 7 PM UK time, which means it will be, what, 8 hours from now? 3 AM UK time. I of course will be live to watch along with the stream, so hopefully I'll see you guys there. But yeah, we are in these final hours before we see all the full details, and there has been a lot of discussion going back and forth in the community ever since the hint. I guess it was literally everything changed in one day, right? We saw the hint of the blue and pink energy in the sky. A lot of people posting all the different reasons why that would still be related to Daima, and then of course literally the very next day we got the update with the video version of that, and then of course the Zamasu voice line at the end, and everything changed, everything switched, and people became aware as hints were thrown out that it was indeed going to be something Future Saga related. And then of course, you know, we got the teaser, we got the reveal stream, we saw the thing of the no fusion, it's just an active skill attack. So things have been a little bit crazy, so I thought we would make this post just to go over one sort of final temperature check of the community before we see the full details. I'll be interested to see what the community is like after we see the full reveal as well, because honestly I'm really hoping that the units are just really good, the animations are really good, and hopefully that will change the sort of temperature a little bit. People will be a little bit more satisfied, but it's kind of one of those things where we joke about it all the time, but I feel like it is very true, where people will complain about everything, right? Like if it was Daima, the people who don't like Daima would have been complaining. If it was something else, like, people would be complaining. It's just kind of always going to happen, but I thought it'd be interesting. I made this tweet. So reveal stream less than 24 hours. Obviously, like I say, now as this video goes up, it's like 8 hours. What are your final thoughts and predictions? Was Future and the characters a good pick? Are you mad it's not Daima? Which one of them will be the Dokkan Fest? Which one will be the Carnival? Just anything you're thinking about Global Dokkan campaign based on what we know so far. And we'll go over the thoughts here in the video. So without any more delay, we will just jump straight in. Actually, one final delay. Obviously, if you came to the thread late by the time I'd recorded, because obviously I record this a couple of hours before it goes up. So if you don't see your reply here, do let me know down below in the comment section. Maybe you replied too late, or maybe you just didn't see the tweet, or you don't use Twitter. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. So jumping straight in, we have our boy D Simon says, just need that both of the actives aren't just damage. Need them to be stats, key, recover, HP, something like that for the rest of battle. The picks are great even though they are fusionless. Yeah, because I think somebody talked about this on the challenge stream that I did last night, where if both the active skills are very similar, then I guess it just kind of becomes a like personal preference of which one you end up using. But it would be nice for them to have very good, like, specific things that they do, right? Because we know that Goku's one for the Blue Boys, for example, is that he fuses into Vegito Blue and you do an attack, which I imagine is probably going to do some decent damage. Maybe it's like guaranteed crit, maybe it has an action break, something like that. So then the other active skill, the Vegeta one, ideally needs to be something that is as valuable but with a different kind of utility. Like imagine if it gives all allies a big defense buff and maybe even like a little bit of damage reduction or something like that for the rest of the battle, and therefore in certain circumstances, rather than getting off one big shot of damage, it might be better for like a longer event to have that extra defensive capability. And then obviously in a shorter event, it might be better to just use the Vegito Blue attack to finish off the fight. So that is one thing. I am hoping that the active skills are distinctly different so that they both have their own sense of value, because obviously people do like challenge runs or meme runs and stuff with like the Batara break, but like realistically in most events it's like, why are you not always just using the Vegito fusion, right? Like why, apart from just to say that you did, like I said, for like a challenge, like why even use the Batara break? Like you just want to use Vegito because he's so ridiculously powerful. So hopefully both the active skills have their own merit so that they are worth considering, depending on your situation, which one of them actually is the most beneficial. That's something that I'm looking forward to see. So shout out to the boy Proton. I think the picks are great. These characters deserved reversible exchange cards. Future as a category deserved it as well, and has a lot of easy A's and super easy A's waiting to happen. This is very true, right? There are so many EZAs and Super EZAs for Future Saga. We saw with the anniversary, you know, it was a big special one because it was the 10th, but we got so many EZAs and Super EZAs, and most of them were really good. So something similar like that here for the Future Saga celebration, with all the potential EZAs and Super EZAs that this celebration could bring. This could obviously be very, very good. So this is definitely something that we're looking forward to. But yeah, I think the pick's good. Future is a good choice. It's still strange to me that people seem to have turned on Future so much, or at least that seems to be how I see the response. I think maybe it's just because people wanted Daima or wanted something else. I don't really know, but I always thought people thought Future was hype. Like Vegito Blue, the like people that like Trunks, raised Trunks, even though Trunks really didn't get his like shine, especially with the ending of the saga. People love Goku Black and Rose. Like, yeah, I always thought Future was like a hype thing for the community. So I'm a little bit confused about some of the anti-Future backlash, but I guess we'll see once we see all the details, right? Mario Zeus, my boy, make sure you check him out. He does a lot of the art for the channel. All the overlays and all that good stuff, so make sure you check out our boy. I don't mind them, but the fact that they're not fusing makes me think they're going to redo these characters in like 2 years. Worldwide Celebration 2023, then 25, then 27. Otherwise, why would you do this if not to capitalize on them again pretty soon? I mean, yeah, it is interesting. I wonder if it's just a case of maybe they didn't want to go like the 2 anniversary sort of celebrations back to back where the reversible exchange characters had fusions. I don't know. Again, something that was mentioned in the stream last night, them releasing reversible exchange characters for the very first time and having them be fusions maybe set the wrong sort of like bar for the community, because now whenever we get a reversible exchange and it isn't a fusion, people will be disappointed potentially. So it's kind of interesting, but yeah, this could be the case that they're going to just redo reversible exchange, because I guess with the way they word the name of the card, like because it's Rose and Zamasu, you can have like Zamasu plus Rose and it's different, or even just base Goku Black, I suppose, and then have them have the proper fusion. Because that is one thing that I do agree is odd, the fact that we got, as this is basically the replacement for the worldwide and then moved up slightly, we only got the Blue Boys and like Zamasu 2 years ago for the same celebration essentially. So it'll be interesting to see what they do in the future, but of course we don't know about that just yet. But yeah, shout out to Mario, make sure you go check out his art. So Prof, happy it's not Daima. Diamond hasn't had a single banner unit yet, so this way Daima will get more DFEs in the future. I'm also fine with the picks for Future, but I hate that we still haven't gotten a Fusing Zamasu card yet. Don't really care for the blues though, hope for good easy A's. So yeah, Daima, I mean, this would have been a good time to bring in Daima because we could have had a lot of units come in. I know a lot of people were skeptical because of the lack of easy A's, but obviously I tried to point out in some of the videos I made, right, they would have just easy A'd characters that were somewhat related. Like if it was Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Goma, we could still get Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's easy A, we could get a bunch of demonic power characters easy A's, like they would have still found stuff that could fit in. But Future does offer a lot more options. So yeah, I'm not sure about, so this way Daima will get more Dokkan Fest exclusives in the future. I mean, we would have gotten technically, I guess, 2 if the full celebration was Daima this time around, and 2 banner units. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see when Daima comes around next, because if Daima's like Tanabata because it wasn't GDC, that's going to be 1 Dokkan Fest exclusive with a banner unit and then a carnival, so it's still the same kind of thing. I'm not really sure, but yeah, a little bit disappointing we don't have a proper Fusing Zamasu, but, you know, Int Fusion Zamasu should get an easy A and hopefully be good. There's the possibility Tech Fusion Zamasu gets a super easy A. I did a video earlier today using the Tech LR Fusion Zamasu from 2 years ago, and honestly, on the right team, he could still be kind of usable. So, you know, we've got Fusion Zamasus in the game that are good. Shame we don't have a proper fusing one still, but it is what it is. So Soul says, of course Daima would have been best, but Super's Trunks arc is fine. No fusions on either unit is a misplay, but the reverse exchange mechanic is proven to have a lot of good things. As long as the actives are impressive or dynamic, unit animation slap, then the community will relax. Yeah, this is what I was saying. This is exactly what I'm hoping for, right? Like, people will see the animation, see the kit, the units are really good, and then people will sort of chill out a little bit And like, yeah, you can be disappointed that there's no proper fusion, because the fusion stuff as a proper transformation and everything is cool, but I don't think it's the end of the world, right? And as I said multiple times in like videos, and we talked about it in the stream again last night, people comparing it to the physical Ultimate Gohan thing, I don't think it's the same, because they teased us with Beast, who wasn't in the game yet, and then Beast was just there as an active skill. Whereas with these guys, we already have Vegito Blues, we already have Fusions Zamasus, you know, we're going to get like potentially physical Vegito Blue Super Easy A, Tech Fusions Zamasu Super Easy A, like we're going to have versions of those characters who are essentially going to be meta relevant again. So it's not like they're gatekeeping a character that we don't have in the game and then just giving us them as a active skill like they did with physical Ultimate Gohan. So I don't think this is on the same level as that. But yes, I agree with this completely, right? As long as the actives are impressive, dynamic, and the animations are good, and the cards are good, ideally, then people will chill out a little bit. Beans on hot bread. Future is like TOP for me, couldn't care less about it, but seems obligatory with these games. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the TOP. Obviously, Super is in its 10th year, like, they're, I guess, going to be always going back to some of that big stuff from Super. And I mean, as I said, apart from the ending, which I feel like is almost unanimously hated, a lot of people do really like the Future Saga like arc, so it's not surprising that it's something that they go back to. Bean from Fall Guys, I'm fine with it since we're getting Zamasu and Goku Black, who I've been wanting for a long time now. Blue Boys I don't really care as much about, but I'm sure they won't repeat 2023 with them, hopefully. Yeah, hopefully we won't have another repeat of a unit that just becomes a forever meme because they're so underwhelming for a bunch of different reasons. Hopefully this can be a bit of redemption from them. Ultra says, I'm quite excited to see how the kit works, and they tease something new coming that they weren't ready to show. I really hope we see something from the manga, and if Vegeta doesn't get the Rose beatdown as an essay, I'd be super disappointed. Hopefully the events are good. Yeah, that's something I've been talking about wanting for a long time, is like, we only have that really old int TUR Blue Vegeta that has the super attack of him beating down Rose. So now that we're getting the reversible exchange of the two of them together, if the Vegeta has that as one of his animations, that would be super cool. I would like to see that. Also, it would be interesting to see manga stuff involved in the animations, because we know they can't use manga only characters, but they have snuck bits in there before, like the portals in the AGL Zamasu super attack is technically a manga reference, so definitely would be interesting to see. I saw someone on the stream last night saying, imagine if Goku had the Hakai as one of his super attacks, right? Because he does that in the manga, which is kind of crazy. So we got I Want Trent says, I don't like Future Saga since apart from Worldwide, the odds of giving existing villains like Boo, Cell, DKP, Full Power Frieza a team is low with Rose Masu, especially since Tech Fusions of Masu led Worldwide celebrations, so they probably won't repeat it. STR Cell led, oh, I think it means Worldwide Chaos, yeah. Worldwide Chaos, we definitely won't get it. I mean, Cell does have Worldwide Chaos as one of his 170 leads, but the rest of his team is not structured in such a way that he's giving the full 220 to a lot of those characters. So I think these guys, if Rose and Zamasu end up being the Dokkan Fest, I could see them potentially having Worldwide Chaos as one of their 170 leads potentially. But I guess we'll have to see. Like, they could have a good leader skill for Extreme, but yeah, Rose and Zamasu are a bit more limited on categories compared to some of the other big villains that will cover a lot of villain characters outside of things like Worldwide Chaos. So I guess we will have to wait and see. Simon says, Future wasn't the right choice for me. I wanted Daima, as I want new characters, not rehashed characters again and again. Anime needs to come back, otherwise the game's heading towards going stale for a lot of people. I've hardly summoned since the anniversary, and I spent on the game quite a lot. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. I think since the anniversary, a lot of people have been a little bit like falling off. Like, I've basically, the last few banners, I've only summoned with the free tickets. I've not really spent any money on the game for quite a while now, because it has felt very stale, apart from getting like the daily capsule and stuff like that, because obviously that's super good value, and I got the special deals from the web store. But yeah, like, even people who have been playing the game for a long time and been super invested, ever since the anniversary, it has definitely felt like there's been a bit of a downward swing. So hopefully, like, a lot of people have their hopes set on GDC bringing this like back up. So I guess we'll have to see. And if you're not a huge fan of Super or like the Future Saga, then that's obviously the first blow for that being a bit disappointing. Turtle Wolf says, I hate Future Saga, worst arc of Super because of wasted potential with an embarrassing ending. I've had like 5 DBS units this year already, and now soon to be at least 7. Delaying Daima this long also feels really stupid. Something new over the same old stuff would be nice. Yeah, I mean, I do agree. Like, Daima stuff would be hype for the same reason why people just wanted the superhero stuff, right? And the fact that other games have been getting it as well. Dokkan's going to end up being like the last playable Dragon Ball game to have those characters again, like with Beast, which, as someone who is a Dokkan player and a Dokkan fan and wants the game to do well, that sort of thing just feels really disappointing when we're like the last game to get some of these new characters. So yeah, I mean, Future Saga, I like the idea of the Future Saga. I like a lot of the stuff in the Future Saga. I just very much don't like the ending. I think they could have explained the Sword of Hope, like the Spirit Sword, a little bit better, and then just had that be the finish, and then I think that would have been fine. I could spend ages going over all my problems with the Future Saga, but that's not what this video is for. So I do agree that, like, you know, having new units would be a bit more exciting, I think, like new characters, but we'll see. They've obviously got Daima planned for something big. It's either now going to be Tanabata, or they actually are just saving it for the 11th anniversary, which is kind of crazy. Kit Crow says, I'm fine with Future. Rather one fuse and one didn't, like the 7th anniversary. Whether Zamasu or Vegito doesn't really matter to me. If I had to pick, it'd be Zamasu rather than Blue Boys. Get a redo because they're done dirty in 2023, yeah, and the ROFTURs. Think Daima will be part 2. Don't think they would lead it like how Beast didn't. I mean, that is true, yeah. Beast was kind of like the big hype for the 9th anniversary, and he came out in part 2. Because that's the thing, there is still the possibility that Daima stuff will happen in part 2. The theme of the celebration is breaking through, which is incredibly vague and can almost be applied to basically anything. Like, anytime a character gets a new form, you could argue that that's them breaking through, like, a limit of some kind or something, right? So it's a very vague event, like, theme, so they can pretty much fit in anything. So we'll see. Matt says, I'm honestly thinking about skipping part 1 unless these units are genuinely better than the anniversary fusions, or Zamasu's leader skill is essential for villain teams. I wanted Daima just for the novelty of it. Also, tag mechanic isn't as exciting and fresh as devs think. I mean, I think that's a tough one. I think it is very exciting because it gives them the ability to do some of these characters where their joined forces, like the way it worked, just excluded so many categories from characters. But when you have like a blue Goku and a blue Vegeta, and then, you know, Zamasu and Rose, there's not many categories that they don't share. Like for Vegeta and Goku, it's obviously the family ones, and then there's things like Earthbred Fighters versus Successors, Kamehameha versus like Gifted Warriors, for example. But they're on the big teams like Pure Saiyans, Bond of Parent and Child, Realm of Gods, that kind of thing. It's the characters like a Goku and Piccolo, or like a Pure Saiyan and a Hybrid Saiyan, like Vegeta and Trunks, Goku and Gohan. Those are the characters that will get the most benefit out of Reversible Exchange. But I do think it is still very cool. But yeah, I mean, I was on board the Daima train, but I think I am still happy with Future as a pick. Dre says, I think it has potential to be one of the best celebrations if done correctly, especially with some of the Easy A's, Super Easy A's and events we will get. Also, I've said this before, but it's DBS's 10th year, so I did expect some super stuff in Dokkan, and I do expect more. GDC needs to be quad Chadits. Yeah, Drace is one of the big Raditz meme proponents. But yeah, I do agree with a bit of the positivity here. People should stay positive. This has the potential, like if the units are really good, and then we start seeing some of these Easy A's and Super Easy A's, and like the anniversary, most of them, I mean, obviously we'd hope for all of them, but most of them are really, really good. Then I feel like this has the potential to still be a very good celebration. But we'll see how it pans out. Freshie, it would have been the perfect pick if both units actually fused, making it a redemption for the mess that was 2023. Since they don't, they should have just done Daima, Vegito Blue Dokkan Fest and Rose Carnival. See, I think Rose and Zamasu are going to be the Dokkan Fest, but I guess we'll have to see. The thing is, it says here, making a redemption for the mess that was 2023. Zamasu was really good on release. Like, I'm assuming they are only referring to the Blue Boys, because I think Zamasu was really good. But yeah, I mean, the fact that whether they fuse or not, I feel like they could still be... I mean, this is a bit of Future Saga redemption, I guess, but I suppose, again, we just have to see how it pans out. Ophelia says, doing Future again is so boring. We already had this celebration in 2023. There was no reason to go back to it when Daima was the most obvious choice. I would still say they messed up if Vegito was included, but without him, this part 1 makes no sense at all. I mean, yeah, it is odd because I guess when it comes to Future and like the Blue Boys and stuff, the Vegito is probably the hypest part of like Goku and Vegeta versus Zamasu, I suppose. But I don't know, it's definitely an interesting choice. As I said, I think as long as the cards are good, I'm fine with it. But I do think it is weird to essentially repeat the same celebration like 2 years later. But I think, again, as long as it's done well, it'll be fine. Uptown Sega says, I'm fine that the celebration is not Daima, but getting a VB and Future Zamasu that don't actually fuse is not a better alternative than Daima. If they stayed fused, it would be, in my opinion, but since they don't, I can't say this is better than getting Daima. I mean, again, I know this is like people's opinion, which is fine, and you don't even have to have a necessary, like, you know, quote unquote, like a good reason. Like, it can just be your opinion that the cards fusing therefore makes them better. But, like, I don't know, I just don't agree with this mindset that it's like, if they fused, it would be a really great choice, but because they don't fuse, it's not good. Even if the cards end up being, like, really good. Because yeah, I mean, I like the fusions and stuff as much as the next person, but yeah, I think as long as the cards are good, it's fine. I, again, though, am still on board with the fact that I probably would have preferred it to be Daima, but you know, we'll have to see. Hopefully the cards are good. To say I was disappointed it wasn't Daima, assuming it won't be part 2, would be an understatement. I don't spend on this game, but I was fully willing to buy tickets for Daima. On top of that, I've never liked the saga and haven't summoned for the past units. Yeah, my disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined, from Metallico Jesus. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I know a lot of people really were like hyped up for Daima, and then, as we said, it may be part 2 though, we still don't know, but I can see people being disappointed. Extremely good picks in my opinion. We're getting an actual Vegito Blue and a new Gogeta Blue for the 12th anniversary anyway. The Easy A's, oh right, for the Easy A's. No, because it's very likely getting Tanabata and a part of the anniversary. This is in part, these are replying to the points in my post, so not mad it's not Daima, because it's very likely getting Tanabata and a part of the anniversary. Probably the Blue Boys as the Dokkan Fest and Goku Black and Zamasu as the Carnival. A lot of people are anticipating that. I hope it is the other way around, but Aura God says, great choice, great character choice, terrible execution. We'll see, right? Because hopefully the kits are good. Tanoshi, I love the picks, but I'm not sure about showing a blue Vegito in a card where he isn't playable. Isn't really a worthy anniversary size celebration. I'm worried the celebration might feel underwhelming because of that. I mean, again, anniversary level celebration is going to hopefully be all the events, like the Easy A's and Super Easy A's all being good, the cards themselves actually being good, like in game. I mean, Vegito's in the card because obviously in the art, because he's in the active skill, which is funny because that is a similar to physical Gohan kind of situation, but it's kind of funny. Daz says, I think the fix are fine, something we have actually been asking for. I'm also okay that there's no perma fusion. I'm annoyed we don't have Daima yet because I really enjoyed the series and want them represented ASAP. Goku Black and Zamasu should be the Dokkan Fest personally. I very much agree with like all of this. So yeah, picks are fine. A lot of people wanted to see these guys, especially a Rose and Zamasu reversible exchange. I'm perfectly fine that there's no perma fusion. I want Daima to be represented. I enjoyed the series enough for what it was. I can't say like it was amazing or anything, but I enjoyed it enough. And then yeah, I want them to be the Dokkan Fest. So good reply there. Since they don't fuse, it's not that bad of a pick. I'm sure they'll pick Future because in 2023 they said we announced the sync in a Future celebration, and now this is the first worldwide after the sync. I guess that is kind of like, I guess that kind of makes some sense, I suppose. It's like to come full circle. I didn't really think about it that way. Maybe they did it for that reason, I don't know. Sane Man says, I'm neutral. Future is hype arc, but Blue Boys is what it is. Zamasu is hype even if they don't fuse. Wish it was still a Daima celebration with a Super Saiyan 4 in it. I have a little copium for Blue Boys Easy A because Cooler was not 3 years old when he Easy A'd. Well, that's the thing. The SDR Cooler and Tech Birdku are the worldwide before the Blue Boys and Tech Fusion Zamasu, and they haven't Easy A'd yet, which is why I think it's unlikely that the future units will Easy A. But imagine if they did. Like, that would actually be insane. It'd be so good. Fade to Black, overall would have been better if it wasn't Future Saga. Blue Goku and Vegeta themselves aren't hype, and what some people in the community have been saying we desperately need. If you're going to do Future Saga, at least do it well, don't do it at all, and give that spot to characters that really need it. Daima, Saiyan Saga, Namek. Very hyped about Goku Black and Zamasu. They are actually hype characters by themselves, for me at least, and we have 2 standalone LR Fusion Zamasu, so it's not a big deal. I pray they are the Dokkan Fest. I hope they're good, the Easy A's are good, I hope events are good, and I hope everyone can have fun, but horrible choice for part 1, especially now. I mean, I think it depends, because like when we say like categories like Saiyan Saga, Namek Saga need a big celebration for that category to get buffed, that is true, but then that celebration becomes less hype for a lot of people, as we talked about in the past, right? But I kind of agree with this, like in the sense that this is kind of what I'm saying about the no permanent fusions, right? We already have the standalone LR fusions and Marsus, and that's the thing, we already have Vegito Blues as well. Like, I don't think it's a huge issue that neither of them fuse, but Alan says Future Saga isn't my preferred pick. Namek X ROF. That was an interesting idea, right, with the Goku versus Frieza, like both ends of the scale. Loki underrated pick because of how many super EZAs and EZAs it offers. The characters picked are understandable if they really don't fuse, like the 10th. It definitely sucked big time, but it's not big of a sin like the STR Blue Evolution. Active list LR in 2025. Daima, it doesn't like Daima. Tag Goat Zamasu is the preferred Dokkan Fest, and then the first reveal video was the worst of all time. I hope the real reveal video tomorrow is amazing. Well, there you go. So interesting, like the general consensus from the community, I suppose, is a lot of people not happy with Future being the pick, especially over Daima. A lot of people not happy about the no permanent fusion. There's a few people who are kind of like me, just sort of sat back chilling, not really too bothered by it, and just waiting to see what the cards actually do, which I think is the best bet. There's no point getting all worked up and getting mad about it. It is what it is, right? They don't fuse. Hopefully the cards are just really good. Hopefully Goku Black and Zamasu are the Dokkan Fest and have a good leader skill for building extreme teams, but we will have to see. So that will be the live stream later on tonight. As I said, I will be live to watch it, so hopefully I will see you guys there and we can find out firsthand whether the cards are good. Hopefully see all the animations and stuff, maybe some teasers about the different events, the chance ball, win some stones, all that good stuff. So again, let me know all your thoughts about everything we've discussed in the video, whether you did leave a reply and you wanted to add to it, or you didn't get to reply, or you replied too late or something like that, so your reply wasn't in the video. Let me know all your thoughts about what we know of the GDC going into the live stream later tonight. Let me know down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.